promote and preserve our culture, our art is craftsmanship. So my director slowly, she established a factory called Unveiling, there. It's a 5-story facility where we have natural dyeing on one floor. We have weaving, that is we have hand looms we've got, so we do weaving there. We've got hand block printing, tie and dye, batik, shibori, all that happening, tailoring. Then we do embroideries, that is we try and revive old embroideries. So we take inspiration from the old embroideries, read the books. We have an archive with 1500 old textiles and more than 3000 books on textiles. So students, researchers, our managers, they all go through that and take inspiration and revive the. So whatever you see here is all hand woven, dyed using natural or azuri dyes, hand block printed or various value additions. So we deal with saris, stoles, scarves, tunics, unstitched sets. That's what we Indian women wear, the salwar kameez with the dupatta and all. So please have a look. And I'll tell you more about our organization. We did our Weavers Center for the Arts, that is Weaver Studio Resource Center. Weaver Studio Resource Center has 2 different departments. One is the Center for the Arts, where we encourage performing and non-performing arts.
That's local, isn't it?
That's local, yes. Localized. We have a gallery and we have events happening at our gallery. And the larger events, of course, we host it at other venues outside. And the resource center, we have work at the villages where we promote, where we support the sanitation, the livelihood training, the education, and all these projects. So, like I was talking about the computer training, what we've done is normally to do a Microsoft Office course, a child in the city, Calcutta city would pay about 3,000 to 4,000 rupees for that certified course. We have tied up with another NGO which does that course for 1,500 rupees. Now that 1,500 rupees has half the share for an intermediary or a nodal agency like us, and the other half goes to the NGO for organizing the teachers and everything. What we did was we told them we don't want our share. In fact, we want to pay for the students. So only that 750 rupees. Out of that 750, we told the students, you pay 375, we pay 375.
Okay.
So what happens is once the child pays something, his responsibility automatically comes in, because anything that's given for free. So we provide the infrastructure. So of course our costs are a little more because we help them with a place to sit and the computers and the furniture and the electricity and all that, of course, the material, the study material. But for a child who wants to learn computers, who wants to do a certified course, a 3-month course, he has to pay only 375 rupees. And at the end of 3 months, he gets a certificate. Plus, if he's keen on doing a job, if he's finished his school or college and wants to work, we help with the job placement.
And with the poultry farming, how does that work?
Poultry farming, what we do is we work in, first we started with a pilot project of 12 women. Then that was very successful, so we started with 100 women. So what we do is these 100 women, we distribute chicken to them in batches of 20 each.
Okay.
So 20 women will get, in the first batch, will get 20 chickens each. And all those 400 or 500 chicken are given to a mother unit. The mother unit raises the chicken for 15 days. The small chicks,
Yes,
they're given 1-day-old chicks from the poultry farm. So they raise it for 15 days, they give the medicine, vaccination. On the 16th day, the first batch of women are called in. They are given the chickens, and before this starts, we give them training. This is how you're supposed to make the chicken food. This is how you're supposed to keep the warmth and the feed and the water and how you're supposed to keep it. So they take it back home and they start rearing them. They've learned all that, the feed and all, no expensive feed. We teach them what is available locally around them on the ponds, what is the algae on the ponds and all. They just take that and they feed the chicken. As the chicken grow, what happens is we give them 10 males and 10 females. So the females start laying after 3-4 months, but the males are quite grown in the 3 to 4 months. So out of the 10 males, if say maybe 6 or 7, they just sell it off in the market. What money they get back, they go back to the mother unit and say, I want to buy more. So they buy more and the whole cycle starts. And every 15-20 days, 20 women in batches of 20 they get. So our cycle of 100 women gets completed in 3 to 4 months. So after that, another 6-7 months is our follow-up cycle. We monitor what's happening. It should not happen that we've given them chicken and they've just cooked dinner out of it and finished it. So we are very strict with it. We are very strict with it. And their contribution is the chicken foods they make. So we've told them we are not going to make them for you. You have to make sure this is a specification. You have to make sure that you allot that space in your house, around your house. You make it, you maintain it neat and clean. If we don't find it ready by the specified time, and if it's not clean enough, you're out of the project. So that's their input. So once they have given something to the project, they're interested.
Yeah.
And another compulsory is they have to have a bank account. They have to maintain a passbook, and they have to. When we go for checks, we may suddenly ask them to show us what you've deposited in your bank. It should not happen that if your husband says, "I want to have some alcohol in the evening, give me money," and he takes it, goes up. No, it's for you and for your children. That's what the women are taught. That's
So
how we do.
it's their signature that must be on it.
Yes, it should be in their name. It cannot be a joint account with the husband. The savings bank account has to be in the woman's name. So we make all these checks before we start with the project. Then what we do is sanitation. We've prepared toilets at the schools. So government schools, when we do all our medical camps, the free health checkup camps at the government schools, so as to reduce on the cost of camp. Like if I had to do a temporary construction, it will cost me 50 to 70,000. Doesn't make sense. We'd rather treat that many patients more. So we coordinate tie-up with the schools on a Sunday when there are no students in the school. We set up a camp there. So we bring 18 to 20 doctors from all different departments, and they check, and we advertise in the village a month ahead, well ahead in advance. They don't have to pay anything. They just come, consult the doctor. Any generic medicines are given on the spot. If there are any complications, they are further tied up with the other hospitals, so we direct them there. Yes, and like one of these such camps, we had 2 children. One child had a drooping eyelid problem. He just couldn't keep his eyes open. Eyelids would just droop. And the other child had a big tumor in his eye. And he was like 4-year-old child. And we asked the mother, why haven't you shown him to the doctor? Who will go to the city? It's so far. I can't go alone. That was her response. So we decided, we brought both the children to the hospital. We got them checked at 3 different hospitals, took the doctor's opinions, and they all said yes, this can be rectified and such surgery is agreeable. So then we got the surgery done, and both of them are doing fine. The one with tumor, he had to get the tumor removed. Now the eye that portion has to heal completely for a fake eye to be fitted. So that's the status. So then we used to see that the toilets in the school, there are no ceiling, the doors are broken, they're very dirty, so girls wouldn't come to school, wouldn't visit, couldn't go to the toilets. So what we did was we started repairing toilets at the school, giving them ceiling, doors, painting them.
And would that be local village men with those skills that you would employ to do those jobs?
Village men and some from here, from the city. Like the master person would be from here, and the local whatever has to be done, he would source from the village, so they get employed.
Yes.
So that was the thing we do. And then we did clean drinking water projects. Like most schools, water in that area is very high iron content. So we got the water check. After the water analysis was done, we realized high iron content. So we set up filtration plant at the schools. So the schools that we selected, we've given filtration plant, which is least maintenance. The school will have to spend probably 1,000 rupees in a year for its maintenance. One person is trained how to clean it. So all the school children get clean drinking water, plus the houses surrounding the school, they come and they fill up their pots and bottles and take it back home because it's clean water. So
Gosh, you must have seen an enormous transformation in those years.
Yes, but one thing what we've really noticed is that all these things that we do, it's children and women. Children are the most adapting. They really learn quickly and learn well, and they follow it.
So how, as public, how could we contribute, or is there any possibility of?
Yes, if you can donate in either by cash to our center, or you can donate in kind. You may say, okay, I want to give school bags to the children, I want to give shoes for the children. Then you could organize that, and we'll take you there, or on your behalf we'll go give it to the children, and we'll send you a photograph or a film how you want it. Or you say, no, I just want to give it to your not-for-profit trust, and you can decide how you want to use, because in the cities also, Calcutta city, what we do is we are tied up with cancer centers, and we tie up with old age homes and homes of 90 children. So sometimes people come, they say, no, cancer is a cause, something which is close to our heart, so I want to donate for cancer children. So there's an organization called St. Jude's. You must be familiar with St. Jude's. It's quite.
St. Jude,
they,
yeah.
they look up. Yeah, they provide accommodation and food for children and their parents who come here to Tata Medical Center for their treatment. So at times, what we do, we give them food grains and fruits and vegetables and Horlicks or something like that, so the mothers can feed their children properly.
Yes, absolutely.
And then old age homes. We know there are old age homes where they really need clothes or shawls or sweaters. In winters we give them shawls and socks and all that, sweaters and all that. Then hospitals of mentally challenged. So we take them clothes, or they prefer that no, you don't give us open food packets. We give them small cakes and biscuits and all those food packets. Then there's one destitute home in Howrah which is connected with Mother Teresa's charitable institution. So sometimes we take clothes for them, clothes and food, or we organize a lunch for them. We organize a medical camp for those for the destitute home. Because people just throw away their relatives on the streets. Somebody who's like they cannot take care of, they just throw them away. So the stories we heard when we went there, how they picked them up from the drains and from the roads, and you could see how well they tend to them. Then they said we need toilet chairs and wheelchairs. So toilet chairs with wheels and the wheelchairs. So we gave them 20 toilet chairs with wheels and 5 wheelchairs, because then quite a few of them were not able to move to the district home. So then what we do is we send out mailers to all our patrons. So each one contributes. Somebody will say, I'll give 1 toilet chair. Somebody says, I'll give you 2 wheelchairs. So that way we collect and we give.
So we will.
Yeah, it fits in with our philosophy. So
So we will